Italy's betrayal of Hitler during World War II can be attributed to several key factors, including changing strategic interests, military setbacks, and political developments. 1. Changing strategic interests. Italy, led by Benito Mussolini, initially aligned itself with Nazi Germany and Adolf Hitler through the Pact of Steel in 1939. However, as the war progressed, Italy's strategic interests began to diverge from those of Germany. Mussolini sought to establish a Mediterranean empire that included North Africa and the Balkans. This expansionist agenda conflicted with Hitler's primary focus on the Eastern Front and his desire for Italian support in that theater. Mussolini's ambitions in the Mediterranean increasingly strained the alliance. 2. Military setbacks. Italy's military performance in the early years of the war was disappointing. Its invasion of Greece in 1940-41 met with strong resistance and resulted in a protracted and costly campaign. Additionally, Italy's North African campaign, led by General Erwin Rommel, was struggling against British forces. These military setbacks not only diminished Italy's stature within the Axis alliance but also strained its resources. Italy's inability to achieve decisive victories undermined Mussolini's standing as an effective ally to Hitler. 3. Stalemate on the Eastern Front. As Germany faced challenges on the Eastern Front, Mussolini hesitated to commit significant forces to support Hitler's invasion of the Soviet Union. Mussolini was aware of the difficulties faced by the German army and the vastness of the Eastern Front. He was reluctant to become too deeply embroiled in a campaign that seemed increasingly risky. Mussolini's caution in committing troops to the Eastern Front created tensions with Hitler, who had expected more substantial support from his Italian ally. 4. Economic and resource constraints. Italy lacked the industrial and resource base of Nazi Germany. This limited its ability to sustain a protracted war effort and to provide the necessary support to Germany. Italy's economic and logistical challenges became more apparent as the war continued. Mussolini's regime faced difficulties in maintaining domestic stability and adequately equipping its military. These constraints further weakened Italy's position as a dependable Axis partner. 5. Political turmoil. Internally, Italy experienced political instability and growing discontent with Mussolini's leadership. As the war went on, Mussolini's regime faced mounting challenges, including food shortages, inflation, and popular discontent. Some members of Mussolini's own government began to question the wisdom of Italy's alliance with Nazi Germany. This internal turmoil weakened Mussolini's ability to maintain a unified stance within the Axis alliance. 6. Allied invasion of Italy. In 1943, the Allies launched the invasion of Italy, marking a turning point in the country's role in the war. The Italian government, realizing the precariousness of its situation, started seeking ways to exit the war. Mussolini was arrested, and Italy signed an armistice with the Allies in September 1943. This decision to switch sides was driven by the desire to avoid further devastation and to secure better terms from the Allies. 7. Puppet state of the German Reich. After the armistice, Italy became a battleground between the Allied forces and the Germans, who occupied northern Italy. A puppet state, known as the Italian Social Republic, was established under German control in the north, while the Allied-supported Italian government operated in the south. This division further highlighted Italy's shift away from Nazi Germany. In conclusion, Italy's betrayal of Hitler in World War II can be attributed to a combination of changing strategic interests, military setbacks, economic constraints, political turmoil, and the decision to seek an armistice with the Allies. Mussolini's regime found itself increasingly at odds with Nazi Germany's objectives, leading to Italy's exit from the Axis alliance and its eventual cooperation with the Allies to liberate its territory from German occupation.